Hi, just doing this video as it's kind of like an emergency, I guess. Um, I'm constantly getting uh, notes on my WhatsApp, messages on my WhatsApp of very upsetting things, and when I get enough of them, I send out this video to some of the chat groups, and sometimes it goes around, sometimes it doesn't, and hopefully the word gets out. I just want to point out a few things to the people of Lakewood. Hopefully they're listening if they're not busy eating their $200 steaks right now. But uh, it, first, I got a message saying that they're raising the taxes $3 million. Okay, that makes sense. But something I've been talking about for years, that the more you build, the more your taxes go up. They keep trying to create this false impression that the more they're going to build, the better it is for us tax-wise, and it's absolutely not true. It's a known fact that the more you build, the more services you need, the more schools you need, the more schools you need, the more tax-free organizations there are, and it just ends up costing us more money, which is what's happening. And I'm surprised it's only $3 million, but it's going to be a lot more if Aaron Lang, who's actually suing to get the state to start ponying up a fair amount of money for our schools, which we had no idea they were going to do that, and we still kept pretending, kicking the can down the road and borrowing hundreds of millions of dollars. So once that kicks in and we have to pay that, our taxes will go up quite a lot more. So first I get that, then I get the message that they're going to vote tomorrow on the 150-foot high buildings on Airport Road. Anybody who thinks that that's a good idea is seriously delusional. There's absolutely no reason to have 150-foot high buildings unless those buildings are going to pay a lot of money in taxes and property taxes, and I can assure you they will pay nothing in property taxes. And you will hear from your mayor, if anyone questions him, he'll say, well, in 35 years they'll start paying, and that's going to help our grandchildren. But in 35 years, I don't think our grandchildren will be able to move in this town. I don't think they'll be able to move in this town in 5 years after they build those 600 condominiums. And then eventually even more. They're building more and more and more without any regard to how we're going to be living in this town. And then I get a phone call saying, guess what? There's another billboard going up on Route 9, on Cross Street and Route 9. And again, I feel bad. I don't mind that a person's trying to make a living, but you can't make a living on other people's safety. And I pointed out years ago that these billboards cause distraction, they cause accidents, they cause traffic to slow down, and quite frankly, they're an eyesore and an embarrassment to the town. No other town has billboards like this so close to the road. It looks ridiculous. The stuff that's on there is quite frankly embarrassing to anybody passing through. They think they're in outer space when they see these billboards. Happy birthday, Rebbitzin Khani. Um, I just want to point out one thing. All these things have one thing in common, and that is, once again, I, I said that I'm bowing out of politics. I was not interested in being in politics. I just asked those who are in politics to do one thing, to make sure that whatever you approve, whatever you vote for, is something that's good for the people that live in this town. The people that live in this town are the people that are currently here. That means if somebody comes and proposes that they have a building project to bring in another 500 families into town, well, that's not good for the town. It's probably not even good for the 500 families who are going to be moving here. It's good for a few individuals who are going to make money from it. And that is not the way you're supposed to run a town. And again, the same thing applies with these 150-foot high buildings. They're going to tell you that it's going to bring business. It's not going to bring in business. And there's no infrastructure for such buildings. There's absolutely no way we can handle 150-foot high buildings right off of Cedar Bridge. They'll tell you that it's near the Parkway. Yeah, it's near the Parkway, which is about 1,000 feet right off of Cedar Bridge. So we need to send a message. You can talk to your friends, make sure that our representatives know that we do not approve of 150-foot high buildings. We also didn't approve of just putting up 600 new condominiums without discussing where the roads are going to be, where the exits are going to be, where the entrances are going to be. And we also didn't approve of putting in a whole new mall right off of Cedar Bridge without discussing what it's going to be, who's going to, what it's for. What do we need it for? Why did we even need it? We don't have enough shopping in this town. We don't have enough restaurants in this town. Again, we have to send this message, and the billboard as well. The billboard is absolutely not necessary. Is there anything you need to know? Is there any information you need to know while you're driving and trying to maneuver, and at any moment somebody can come out of a side street and just right into traffic and you're looking at a billboard? Is that important? So again, these are the things that we need to impart to our leaders right now before it gets even worse. And everyone keeps telling me, oh, just give up, it's over, it's ruined. Well, I can't afford to move right now. I'm not planning on moving. This is a town that I've lived in more than any other place. I've been here for 35 years, and many people have been here for longer. And we still love Lakewood, and we want to continue loving Lakewood, but we can't if we can't live here. So please impart this concept, which seems to be too difficult for our leaders to understand, that if it's not good for the people of this town, don't approve it. Don't allow it. And if it's only good for a couple of people, and we're going to find out about it, it's not going to be good. So please, hopefully they'll listen.